Since I was a kid, I had problems focusing on a specific task for a longer time. And a longer time was everything beyond 20 minutes already. I couldn't sit still and was easily distracted. At night, it was hard for me to fall asleep. I always felt like I had far too much energy left from the day, and my head came up with all thoughts and ideas at once. Looking at my classmates, I saw that they haven't had these problems. They were not easily distracted by every movement, sound, or blink of light. It seemed like their heads were not filled with a million thoughts running wild, but mine was. It felt like a beehive or one of those noisy pictures the old TV screens had when there was no cable connection. It was hard to focus on anything or to clear my head. It has been like this for my whole life. Even after being diagnosed with ADHD about 2 years ago, I couldn't really find a solution. I tried different medication, but none of them really worked. Quite the opposite, it made things even worse. And a year ago, a friend told me about something called Glycine. It's a crystalline powder, colorless and sweet tasting, and it is a natural amino acid. It is an important component of almost all body proteins and also acts as an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain. It works as a coagonist at NMDA receptors, and that's why it can help with ADHD, depressions, and even anxiety, because these receptors play a central role in learning and memory formation, and various small studies have already shown that glycine can have a positive influence on memory and attention. It is also described as being antioxidant, soporific, and anxiolytic. While doing some research about it, I also read experience reports saying that it has a positive effect on skin, hair, and blood pressure, so I was pretty optimistic and ordered it. A few days later, I was ready for a test. I put a pinch of it into a cup of tea and it completely dissolved within a short time, and there was no change in taste at all. In the first few days, I only recognized a strange feeling in my head after having my tea. I felt like the beehive was immediately slowed down, as if you switch a movie from normal speed to slow motion. It took me a few days to get used to this because I have never known anything else than the beehive. But after about a week, I recognized that I was more relaxed, physically and mentally, and that my overall mood was better than before. After 2 weeks, I was writing a script for a video, and usually this took me a few hours because I got distracted so easily. But this time I finished it within 1 hour, without looking at my phone every 10 minutes, walking around in the apartment to try and clear my head, or anything else. And that was the first time I realized that something has changed. But I was still skeptical, so I kept testing. Now, more than a year later, I'm still having a pinch of it in my tea every day, and instead of only being a temporary success, even more things have changed for the better. I haven't had any depressive episodes, not even during the winter time. In the evening, I fall asleep much faster and can sleep through the night more often, which means I'm able to get up early in the morning instead of staying in bed for too long and feeling exhausted. My anxiety is reduced by 90%, and instead of having panic attacks a few times a week, I might have one once a month. I'm feeling more confident, courageous, and balanced in general, and all the little daily things that were so hard for me to complete are exactly what they are. Just little daily things and nothing to worry about or to be afraid of. I can finally focus longer than 20 minutes and I'm not so easily distracted anymore. But the best thing is, these million thoughts going wild, the beehive feeling, the white noise in my head, it's gone, at least most of the time. There are a few days now and again where it's still there, but it's not as bad as it was before and is much easier to handle for me now. In addition, I also recognize the positive effect on skin and hair that others have also described. Plus, the pain I had in my knee joints, my hip, elbows and wrists for years are gone as well. So if you have similar problems and you're desperately looking for a solution, just like I did, maybe glycine can help you as well. It's also used as a supplement for fitness drinks, so you can order it on Amazon or at different shops that sell food supplements. Just make sure you're buying pure glycine, because some sellers mix it with other supplements that you might not want or need. Then start with a pinch of it per day and see how you feel, and only increase it if necessary. If you take too much of it, it might make you feel a bit dizzy or tired, and that's probably not what you want, especially if you take it in the morning. I would also not not recommend to use it with coffee or other caffeine drinks, as glycine has a relaxing effect on the body and brain while caffeine is stimulating, so you might not have any effect from both. In any case, you should talk to your doctor before you start using glycine, especially if you are on any medication to avoid side effects. If you should have any questions to glycine now, especially in combination with ADHD, depressions or anxiety, let me know in the comments below and I try to answer as much as possible. Thanks for watching and I'm gonna see you in the next video.